right, well, I think we're officially live. So howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back to the Border Boys. Border Boys have been back in town for a week now, but we back up in this. And we back, and we back, and we back. That's how we do it. All right, so I am joined once again by Alex from Swirly Games. How's it going, buddy?
Dude, I'm feeling great right now. I'm
Feeling
fucking ready
great?
for this shit.
Versace boxers on your dick, Bud Light running through your piss. Great? Is that how great you're
Oh,
feeling?
man. 100 proof vodka running through my piss.
That's how you do it. This my boy here is a little Liddy. We're about to take it to Liddy City. And Titty City, too, tonight. That's where we're going to
Titty City.
We're going to go to both cities tonight. Actually, if you want to see the closest thing to my titties on the internet, go watch Alex's video where I lifted up my shirt and showed my stomach at least. That was cool. That was fun.
Yep, Belly City right there.
Belly City. But anyway, we are back to play some more Borderlands 3. As you are aware, we will also be sharing our top 10 TV show lists tonight. But we're going to get the game up and running here and decide what we're aiming towards. And then go from there.
Okay, let's see what we left off. So we have... Where's the quest? We actually have a lot. We got 3 side missions and the main mission.
So we should probably... Is it like Borderlands 2 where we need to focus on like the side missions? And then...
That's what I usually did.
Okay.
And like they have each mission has a level to it, so I would always go with the lowest one because the rewards kind of diminish on the lower one. So the lowest one we have is a level 4 side mission to kill the holy dump truck.
Okay, let's do that.
I
like the sound of that, the fucking dump truck.
Yeah. I did this one on the other. It's a funny one. It's a good one. Okay.
So
I think we need the
now
car.
that once you get it up and running here, so Alex's dad actually, shout out to Mr. Leach, has submitted our first fan-submitted list. He likes the lists that we do so much, so he decided to make his own. So what better way to kick off our list tonight than Alex sharing his dad's top 10 TV shows of all time. From what I hear, this list is very extensive and very detailed, and I'm 100% here for it.
It is.
So let's as we're running along here...
Yeah, I'll say, how do we spawn the car? Is it on this thing?
Is it that thing?
Yeah. Okay.
I'll drive us so you can, like, read the list.
Okay, yeah, that works. There's the fucking gunner seat.
Your character is invisible on my screen. It's just a gun walking around.
Really?
Yep, that's great. That's always a good sign.
Oh my god. Alright. Dad, I just want to say, because you'll watch this eventually, the amount of effort you put into this is unbelievable. Like, it's actually the coolest shit.
I exited the vehicle.
We're actually close to it. We just have to run into those buildings over there. Like
You're
to the
also
left.
still invisible. I just want you to know that gun is moving itself.
What the fuck? Alright, I need to look at the stream.
Oh, what's up, Billy? Let's go, Border Boys. He's in the chat.
Hey!
What's up, Billy?
Billy was getting Liddy City with me.
So we are going to share Alex's dad's top 10 TV show list.
Oh fuck! I hopped out the car.
Did you?
Yeah, because this is where we gotta go right here.
Oh fuck! My bad. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang out on these rocks so they don't attack me.
Of course, there's some skags. You're literally fucking invisible. I just want you to know that.
I don't understand. Like, I see you.
Oh wait, yeah, no, look, if you can see my screen on the stream at some point, it's literally just a gun.
What the fuck?
I don't understand what's happening.
I can see it. So literally just a pistol running at you right now.
Yeah.
Jumping up and down.
Yep.
What the fuck? This busted ass game. So these dang dogs leave us alone.
Billy says, am I pink?
Oh, hell yeah. Pink AF.
Alright.
Okay, these pups.
Christa's in the chat now. She says, hello, boys. What's up, Christa?
Hey. We got a little bit of audience here for my dad's list.
Do.
Okay.
Yeah, we do. Alright.
So I'm gonna stay in here.
Let's kick it off. Yeah, let's get Alex's dad's list going here while we kill these skags here.
Alright. So my dad, this is his email. Remember, when I watch TV, you kids usually left the room. But I'm going to say right now, there's not many, like, super not kid-friendly shows on here, I would say.
Okay.
My dad's number 10 is one of the best sitcoms of all time.
Uh-huh.
Seinfeld.
Oh, man. Hell yeah. That's on my list as well.
Same. So my dad said, I quote Seinfeld more than I do Friends, so it got number 10. There's an episode for anything and everything, from close talkers, of which my shift manager is one. Shout out to my dad's shift manager. Back the fuck up! That's what my dad says. Bitter enemies, Newman, to inept coworkers, and we all know them. So that's my dad's number 10, Seinfeld.
Okay.
Number 9, Batman, the 1966, like...
Hell yeah, Adam West and Burt Ward Batman. That's one of my favorite Batman.
Yes. Yes. 3 words.
Batman's is this?
Holy... Yeah. My brother actually has the whole series of that on Blu-ray. They made like this big collection. It's really cool.
I bought the digital set of that not too long ago. And it's fucking... Hell yeah. I fucking love it. I love that version of Batman so much.
Yeah. 3 words. Holy nostalgia, Batman. When asked about playing Dracula, Christopher Lee said he felt like a fool, running around the set in his costume. That was every day on the show. Poorly written, yes. Campy, hell yes. But the list of guest stars is a, quote, who's who of TV at that time. Adam West said that Batman had to be played as a serious character. In my mind, he will always be the best Batman because he was able to do just that on this show. Also, the 55 Futura will always be the best Batmobile.
Okay. All right.
He's got some. My dad made some notes for this shit.
Yeah, your dad's got some fucking like what do you call it? Cliff notes of this shit. That's what he's got.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right.
Okay. Number 8. I've actually seen a couple episodes of this show. I actually really liked it. It's a sci-fi like reality game show type of thing where it's like the competition shows.
Yeah.
It's called Face Off. Have you ever heard of that?
No, I've never heard of that one. I know of the movie Face Off with, isn't that Nicolas Cage and
John Travolta? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically like, I think my dad gets into it, but it's, they make like movie and TV show like costume, like masks and stuff.
All right.
So it's like they're given a prompt, they have like 4 hours to make something. It's one of those, and the worst one gets voted off. So my dad said, a show from the Sci-Fi Channel. I didn't watch the first few seasons, but it turned out to be one of the few reality shows that I like. This guy's fucking cool. I just blasted him. A group of makeup artists trying to be the last one standing. The first show I watched, the artists were to create their own versions of one of 4 characters from Alice in Wonderland. I actually remember that episode. The catch, the T-virus had gotten loose in Wonderland. Since I consider myself an artist, this show blew me away. Which my dad, I can't remember if I told you that my dad's, he builds like model planes and tanks and cars and stuff like that.
Oh, no shit, I didn't know that. That's cool.
They're amazing. They're fucking amazing. Like, he actually goes to like model shows up in Cleveland and he's won some awards for some of this stuff. And he's like really good at like painting like D&D miniatures and stuff. It's unbelievable.
No, that's
it's
cool
so fucking good. Like,
Billy in the comments said, I'm trying to host you, bro. Does that mean you tried and failed to host me? Is something going wrong on your end or my end?
Huh. I don't know.
Well, keep us updated on that, Billy. But yeah, let's continue with Mr. Leach's list here. The Leach list, as I've come to know it.
Yes. The Leach list, yes.
The Leach list. Top 10 leeches.
Yeah. Number 1, my dad. 100%. So number 7 is a classic show that I think aired on like ABC. But I remember watching this with my dad when I was really little. Like, I remember my mom buying my dad I think they only had like 3 seasons of the show.
Yeah.
Good old Dean Cain starred in this.
Oh, man.
Number 7, Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman.
Yep.
That's a fucking great show. I love that. I haven't seen a lot of it, or I've seen like random ones here and there, like I said, from watching it with my dad when I was little. But very fucking good.
Alright, Billy says, okay.
My dad says.
It says, okay, you should be auto-hosted on my channel. So that's cool. Fuck, my voice is gone. Thank you, Billy. And then, Tiff is in the comments, why the heck is Alex just a gun, LOL?
Is this still happening?
What is happening? I'm green now, Tiffy. That's what Billy says. His color is changing. This is so fucking funny. Oh my god. Okay.
And I switched the guns and it's still... Holy shit. What the fuck? Okay.
I'm pink. What the fuck?
Yeah. So my dad says on Lois and Clark, for me, this show broke 2 hard-written rules of Superman.
Oh, shit.
First... Oh, is he up here?
Holy dump truck. Yep.
Yeah, okay. So we get something bonus if we kill him by shooting him in the ass. But he eventually, like, turns around and literally starts waving his ass at us.
Okay.
Like right now. He's waving his butt in my fucking face. This should be a lot easier with 2 people.
Yeah.
For me, I just wait on him to do that thing. There we go.
Such a pretty pink boy.
Brown-eyed, it says.
What a perfect angle we captured of this guy. On my screen, he's just not dead. He's just bent over. Are you seeing this?
Yeah. Wait, look at me. I gotta line up so I'm just a gun in his butt. I can't tell where he's at, though.
Yep, there it is. Go back a little bit. Oh,
that's so good.
Now. Oh, there's
I'm about to start firing.
There's a clip for the channel. Holy shit.
Yep, nailed it. Holy fuck, he dropped a bunch of guns too.
Fuck me.
Anyways, let's see. Man, my dad has a lot on here. Okay. For me, the show broke 2 hard-written rules of Superman. First, Lois Lane was a scatterbrained dame who couldn't cross the street without Superman to keep her from getting killed. Terry Hatcher played her as a great reporter who usually had everything under control, despite Superman getting in the way. Second, and most important, this is the first and only telling of the Superman mythos where Jonathan Kent did not die. I actually remember that. Clark's main drive in every telling is to be the man his father would be proud of. In this show, he is and more. As a dad, I get that.
Okay,
hell yeah.
Cool. Yeah, hell yeah, Mr.
That's
Leach.
amazing. And then number 6 keeps the Superman theme going with a more modern show, which I watched, I think, 4 or 5 seasons of this.
Yeah.
My dad's number 6 is Smallville.
Oh, okay, I've never seen a single episode of Smallville before, but
Tom Welling does a really good Clark Kent.
Yeah. I've gotten that vibe for sure, just through like cultural osmosis over the years. Like people seem to think he did a really good job with that. So. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the Supernatural guys were involved in the show.
I think so too. I tried watching Supernatural, by the way, and just once I realized what it was, it's just like, oh, this is a Monster of the Week show, and oh, it's going to be the same thing for 12 seasons. I was like, I can't. Oh man, I can't finish it. I know it's
so fucking good.
I know it's supposedly really, really good, but man, I just I have a hard time.
Oh, there's a purple gun in this fucking chest for me.
Purple gun's fucking who?
There's a purple fucking dump truck.
I don't think we get the same drops necessarily, so.
Yeah. This red chest down here. Did you drop down here?
There you go. Christa's blue now in the chat. We're really concerned about changing the chat colors tonight. But anyway, for those of you just joining us, thank you for tuning in. We are currently in the middle of doing Alex's dad's top 10 TV shows of all time list. And then after that, we will be going back and forth and listing off our own personal top 10. So make sure you stick around for that.
Yeah.
All right. So
my dad says on. Yeah. So my dad says on Smallville. This is probably the longest one he wrote. I can't get over how amazing this is. My dad put in the work to really like. He really like wrote out our version of like talking about everything. It's amazing.
No, it's super
so on
cool.
Smallville. Destiny is a word we usually use in the past tense. Sheldon Cooper said that he spent 10 seasons waiting to see a man fly when everyone knew he could. Without Smallville, the CW doesn't make it, and today's superhero shows and movies, DC and Marvel, may not as well. This was Clark Kent before Superman, and because of that they poked a lot of fun at Destiny. 2 examples.
Okay. All right.
Clark stands in a museum with his friend Lex, looking at a suit of ancient armor. On the breastplate is a snake fashioned in the shape of an S. Clark says, "I don't know if I could walk around with something like that on my chest." Then, while riding horses through the woods, Lana Lang asks, "So, Clark, what do you want to be? You know, when you grow up?" His reply, "I don't know. I just hope I don't get a job where I have to wear a suit and do a lot of flying." That's funny. I remember them making hints that, like, oh, he's going to be Superman eventually a lot.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's still really super funny that you're not on my screen. You're just you're invisible, and it's just the gun I can see.
That's so wild. I don't even know. There's no like /reload or anything like that.
We're about to get top 10 fucking Inception going in this stream. Krista's about to give her top 10 shows in the comments.
Oh, and now we're talking.
All right, so am I heading towards this thingy map, this cult following thing?
Let me see here.
Oh boy, this game is being real glitchy now for some reason.
Where's Undertaker? How far away is this?
I'll drive towards whatever you marked for me, brother.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same area in the back corner there. Okay.
Good shit.
So my dad's number 5. One of the newer shows. I think one of only 2 on my dad's list that is currently airing right now.
Okay, cool.
Big Netflix phenomenon. My dad's number 5 is Stranger Things.
Hell yeah, Stranger Things fucking rocks.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, holy nostalgia. I remember the malls and the clothes and D&D being the devil's work. One of only 2 on my list that is currently running. Holy shit, I honest to God didn't know my dad put that in there. He literally said one of 2 that are currently running. The worst thing is, you wait a year and a half, then watch it all in a couple of days. Damn you, Netflix.
Shit.
That's my dad's number 5.
Fuck.
This fucking pistol I picked up just melts things. It's got fire damage.
I need to probably equip some better guns probably soon, because I feel like I'm definitely under-leveled right now. I'm getting fucked up.
I see you over there. The fucking accuracy on this purple gun sucks. I think... Oh, I'm dead, actually. Or dying.
Oh boy,
There we go.
I'm almost in the same boat.
Once we survive this little fight here, I'll finish my dad's top 10. We got 4
Yeah,
left.
Billy just pointed out we were up to 7 viewers. Thank you so much to everybody for tuning in. Holy shit.
Hell yeah.
So
I'm really loving
number,
these
we're on number
lists.
Stranger Things is number 5 on your list right now. That's where we're at? Okay.
Yep. So my dad's number 4 is the other currently running show, which I've heard a lot of really good things about this show as a... I think it's a drama? It's like a very sad but good show, I think, is what I've heard about it. My dad's number 4 is This Is Us.
Okay, yeah, I've heard
Which I've never
so many
watched
good
any
things.
of that, actually.
So they made a joke. We watched the Emmys this past Sunday, and the joke that was made that I hear all the time is, do you really have to make us cry every episode?
Right.
I feel like that's what I hear about that show. I need to use my fucking mech ability. What am I thinking? Not using.
I literally just remembered I have grenades, special, all that. Oh, here's the Undertaker.
Oh yeah, the Undertaker. Where's Paul
Oh,
Bear
fuck
at,
him
baby?
up! Let's go.
Oh, there we go. That was pretty good mech run there, though.
Got him. Hell yeah. My dad's little, can't kill this guy, though. Yep. I'm, like, skipping frames. It's really weird.
Yeah, it's, like, being weird
Like the
for me
audio's
today, too.
fucking
I don't know why.
Oh,
fuck me. Shit.
Alright, I finally got a little corner back here. Okay. My dad's description on This Is Us.
Okay.
The best of my currently running faves. At any time, I turn and see your mom crying during the show, which makes sense. My mom cries at everything. Bad enough when the show was about 3 adults and their lives. Now as they grew up, then it had to be about their parents' lives, both raising the kids and their own childhoods. The other night, we were watching the season premiere. There were these new characters, and we were trying to figure out where they fell in the show. From the clothes and the storylines, we could tell they were from, quote, modern times. Out of nowhere, I said, I wonder if that's Jack. She didn't answer, but she thought I was wrong. Jack is the dad, and they already have an actor to play him. I was right, because I meant Jack, who was just born to one of the adults in the show last season.
Gotcha.
The thing is crazy good. Only bad thing, it's set in Pittsburgh. They're all Steelers fans.
Billy said, Josh, is there any way for you to turn the audio up? I'm not 100% sure. The only thing I could do is... Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Advanced settings. Yeah, I'm not seeing any settings in here, unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not seeing anything in here to, like, turn up my audio, so apologies for that. I feel like we're always having fucking audio issues on Adjective Noun Gaming. It's kind of just what comes with the territory at this point.
Yeah. Holy shit. So we're up to my dad's top 3. So my dad's a huge sci-fi fan, and the top 3 is where this really comes through right here. My dad's number 3 is probably the most, like, unfortunate canceling of any show of all time, I think.
Okay.
Like, the best example of a show that just got absolutely fucked by, like, the network it was on, this current situation, all of that. It's like a cult classic now that Fox absolutely butchered. My dad's number 3 is Firefly, if you ever watched that.
I still haven't seen that yet.
Tiff and I own all of it. There's only 14 episodes. They're fucking incredible. 3 questions is my dad's thing.
Okay.
Name a show that was canceled not even halfway through its first season that A, the studio was so certain the networks were crazy, they made a movie to wrap up several storylines for the fans. B, had a main character who made a TV Guide Greatest Legends list, number 18, 2004, apparently. Huh.
I think Tiff is upset in the comments that I haven't seen Firefly, so I guess I'll have to change that in the near future.
Oh, yeah. We need to have a Fast and the Furious marathon.
Absolutely.
And fucking watch Firefly. It's the greatest TV theme song of all time. I'll fucking fight anybody over that.
The 2 Fs, Fast and Furious, actually the 3 Fs, Fast, Furious, and Firefly, the 3 Fs.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
The way God intended.
Yeah.
Billy said, who has never seen Fast and Furious? I think just in general, we just want to rewatch all of them, right?
There's like 2 or 3 of them that I've actually never seen.
Oh, bud.
I don't... Yeah, I know.
Oh, man.
They're like very random ones. Like, I don't think I ever saw 4.
So I know a lot of people start to shit on that series, like, for random movies in the series, and 4 is definitely one of the most popular ones for people to shit on. But going back and watching it, like, last year, I thought it held up pretty good, like, compared to how I remembered it, which was, like, one of the least memorable of that series. Like, I don't know, I'm a huge fan of that series, so I feel like even the, like, ones in the
ones with the Rock are pointless, so. Billy tried to start a fight.
Oh man, Billy, man, I can't fight with you right now, man. You're fucking hosting my
Billy,
channel.
unhost right now. Get the fuck out.
Oh man, I started. The first movie came out in 2001 when I was a kid, or 2000 or 2001, somewhere in there. And I've just been in love with that franchise ever since. And you know my feelings on The Rock. I fucking love The Rock as a person and an actor. So. Alright, we keep interrupting your poor dad's list. He's going to be watching this, like, archive and be like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Alright, so...
Yeah, we're almost there. So the rest of his point about Firefly, it also spawned a comic book, an RPG, and merchandise too numerous to mention. Hell, there's a Yahtzee game with this theme. Everything about this show was good. The writing, the acting, the music, everything but the advertising. By the time it had an audience, it was already canceled. Which is so fucking true.
Billy said, Josh, we would be best friends if you hated The Rock, to be honest.
That's the only problem. It's the only hang-up.
It's the only thing separating our love for one another, Billy. It's unfortunate, but I can't join the Rock hate train. I like Fast and Furious and Ballers too much.
Yep. Okay. So my dad's final 2, they're both pretty quick, so we can probably knock them out while we're staying in this room right here. To finish up my dad's. Okay. So just a quick recap. Number 10, Seinfeld. Number 9, the Batman TV series from 1966. Number 8, Face Off. Number 7, Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman. Number 6, Smallville. Number 5, Stranger Things. Number 4, This Is Us. Number 3, Firefly. And number 2, I remember also watching this with my dad, another sci-fi channel show that had a couple iterations. My dad's number 2 is Stargate SG-1. Which I remember watching a couple random episodes of.
Yeah, I've never been big into the Stargates and Star Treks and stuff, honestly.
Me neither, to be honest with you.
The only Star thing I've ever really fucked with is Star Wars.
Yeah. Firefly's like the one sci-fi thing I got super into.
Star Trek for a while, I really tried to force myself to like the original series and Star Trek The Next Generation. And it's one of those things that for me personally, like going back and watching it, like the old Star Wars movies are going to be good for fucking ever. But I feel like there's some old Star Trek stuff that's really slow and hard to watch now if you haven't watched it already. Like, I think Star Trek's one of those rare cases where if you don't have like the built-in nostalgia for it already, then it's going to be hard to like build that fresh without having that.
Yeah,
so,
it's a lot to like go back on.
I also don't think that the J.J. Abrams movies were very good. Like they were entertaining.
I never even saw any of them.
Yeah, they were okay. They were okay, but
okay. On SG-1, the show was one of a couple that made the Sci-Fi Network. To my knowledge, it's the only one to make it to syndication and show up on other networks. It was dramatic, humorous, it had it all. One of my favorite dialogues involved Carter explaining to O'Neill that what it meant to MacGyver something together. So my dad's number 1. Okay. Like I said, the sci-fi love really picked up with the top 3, and this is by far the most iconic sci-fi show of all time. Okay. My dad's number 1 is Star Trek. He's got classic, Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager, all of it. And my dad says, what can I say? Movies, merch, books, games, you name it. There's a Star Trek version of it. Yes, it had some continuity problems at times, if I could read. But with all that history and characters, I can let that slide. Well, there's my list. Sorry if I got a little long-winded. Feel free to edit it down. Dad, I read every word of it, and it was fucking perfect.
Thanks, Mr. Leach. Appreciate it, man. That was fucking awesome.
Yep.
And by the way, if any of you out there watching ever want to join in, if any of you ever want to write your own list and send it to us, I know Christa's putting hers in the comments, but if you ever want to actually send us a
Home
written
improvement,
list,
let's go.
We will read your fucking lists, I promise you. Not only Mr. Leach's list, we will read everyone's list that sends them in. So we're gonna decide probably pretty soon what we want our next week's list to be. So when we do,
I'll say it's your pick. I pick shows, so you get to decide.
How about let's do something pretty universal here, because I literally just finished this list up for myself the other day. How about top 10 candies of all time?
Hell yeah! It's October now.
It's October.
Once next week rolls around.
It's October now. I mean next week.
I'm thinking of the time of the stream next time, you know.
It reminds me of that part of Billy Madison where the one guy asks Norm Macdonald, what day is it? And he goes, October?
Which, by the way, real quick, back to our list from last, before we get started on our list.
Yeah.
I was talking to Phil and Lindsay about how our top 10 comedies went.
Yeah.
And I thought of this. It's not in my top 10 as like a movie as a whole, but to me, the singular funniest moment in any movie ever was not even in one that I
put on your list.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Wanderlust?
Oh yeah, is it the Paul Rudd mirror scene?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. You gonna take it?
Put my dick in.
You gonna take that dick?
Take that dick all up in your vag.
I'm gonna put my dick in.
Oh, I'm fixing to fuck you. Oh, I'm gonna
fuck you. Yeah. Do you like my erection? My erection selection? We were laughing for 25 fucking minutes.
Break me off a piece of that dick.
I'm gonna break off a piece of my dick. With my dick. I'm
gonna put my dick in. Oh man, Paul Rudd. One of my proudest tweets that I've ever made from a couple years ago was Paul Rudd must want to steal the Declaration of Independence because he is a national treasure.
Yeah, he really is.
That's one of my proudest
The ageless fucking wonder too.
Yeah. Hey, level 7.
My
Let's go, boys.
Yep, I was gonna say I just hit it too. But yeah, I had to bring it up because I talking to them. I was like, how did I forget about Wanderlust? Like I love the movie. I don't think it's in my top 10, but that scene is literally the funniest overall, 45 seconds of all time.
I don't understand how that scene got in that movie, because it's a fine movie, but it's far from like even Paul Rudd's best, like funniest.
Oh my god.
So like, and then Jordan Peele being in it randomly, like the guy that comes in at the end of that scene. Jordan Peele, like let's talk about Jordan Peele for a minute. Like Jordan Peele starts out on Key and Peele, one of the funniest motherfuckers to ever come through Comedy Central with Key and Peele. Now he just has a successful horror directing career with Get Out and Us, two of the fucking greatest horror movies ever made. And like, what are the chances? Like, you don't see that, like harsh
just
transition.
Completely switch gears.
Yeah, it's fucking. I mean, I love Jordan Peele. But anyway, what do you say we get to started with our personal top 10 TV show lists here?
Dude, I'm fucking hyped.
All right, I am gonna pull up my list here. And
if I gotta grab my phone too.
I can't remember who went first last time. I'm like trying to keep that in mind, but.
Oh shit! I looked at my phone. I got fucked up by the cycle. Am I still a floating gun?
Yeah, you're definitely still a floating gun.
I don't understand that at all.
I really don't. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go mech real quick.
I can't remember if we were making you always go last, so you would reveal your number one.
Oh, I don't.
I guess we could alternate. You can go first. I just talked for 5 hours on my dad's list. If you want to start, we can do that.
Alright, so
I'm dead. Man.
Oh, Jesus. I need to back up a little bit then.
Number 9, the OC. Okay.
That's Christa's? Okay.
Tiff. Oh, here we go.
Alright.
Tiff can't type be the way. By the way, be the way.
Alright, so my number 10 is going to be a lot higher on some of my friends' other lists. I don't know if this is on your list or not. I know personally this is Lindsay's number 1 show. I am only putting it so low because I love the other 9 shows so much more. And I also came to this show later in life. I didn't watch this show that much when it was on TV, and I really regretted it. So in the last couple years, I've had kind of a renaissance with this show and a couple other shows. But that my number 10 is Friends.
Oh fuck! I wasn't even thinking that.
Yeah,
okay.
So Friends is a great show.
Yeah.
Like it's a phenomenal show. But I think it's kind of a Star Trek thing with me, where I didn't watch it when I was younger, so I had to build like my love for it as I got older. And so I don't have like a nostalgia for Friends, even though I'm a 1991 baby. I didn't watch it when it was on.
Right.
So anyway, they recently announced that they're taking Friends off of Netflix in 2020, I believe. And so, like, now that I'm like in the middle of my Renaissance, I've been calling it.
Renaissance, that's so good.
I went on iTunes. They had a sale a couple months ago. The entire series, all 9 seasons, like 200-something episodes for $30. And so I was like, yeah.
Holy shit, that's amazing.
And now I own them forever. So
you buy like one season on Blu-ray for that much.
Yeah, for real. And they didn't even make them all on Blu-ray. They made seasons 1 and 2 standalone, and then they made a box set, but they never made 3 through 9 for whatever reason standalone. I don't know why they did that. I got some comments to catch up on here.
I was about to say that I love how active chat is right now.
Laguna Beach and the Hills. Yeah, so Christa actually didn't watch the OC and One Tree Hill until we started dating. I actually have a cool story about One Tree Hill. Yeah, I fucking loved One Tree Hill and the OC. So much so, in fact, that one of my parents' vacations that we went on to North Carolina was based around the idea that I wanted to go tour the set of One Tree Hill at Screen Gems Studios. So I got to do that like whilst like season 6 or 7 was actually on TV, and it was like an actual hot set. Like nobody was allowed to touch anything or move anything. Legitimately one of the coolest experiences of my life. But I fell off of One Tree Hill really hard because I didn't like it after like some of the main characters left and like the the places they went with that show afterwards. So I still need to go back and watch like the finale season of that show and everything. But anyway, so yeah, my number 10 is Friends. Christa said number 7, The Office. Don't get mad with how this is ranked. Yeah, I feel like between all of us, it's just like last week with the comedies. Like we all like the same shit. It's just a matter of how we decided to rank it. So.
Right.
So yeah, my number 10 is Friends. The only reason it's so low is because most people, like some people I know, that's like their number 1. That's like their diehard show. For me, if I would have started watching
shit, my dad's up in here.
Your dad's in here?
It'll send trouble, that's him.
Oh, fuck!
Dad, what's up?
What's up, Mr. Leach? You missed it.
Dad, we literally just finished your list.
We literally just finished it. I fucking loved your list, Mr. Leach. Please send us a list every time we do lists. I love it. I fucking loved it.
Dad, I'm proud of you. I didn't even tell you like how to get on Twitch and all that. You figured it out. That's awesome.
That's fucking awesome. I need to take a break here for a second and look at my inventory and spend some skill points here.
I was looking at my stuff.
While we're on this brief gameplay pause here, go ahead and tell the folks at home what your number 10 is.
Okay, so my number 10 is... I was at like the very... I think our generation was just old enough to get in on the show. Mm-hmm. Like even my younger brother Brandon, who's only 3 years younger than me, I don't know how much of this he watched, but like my brother and sister-in-law, who are 7 and 8 years older than me, like grew up on this show even more so than I did. But it's fucking great. It was on for 7 or 8 years. My number 10 is Boy Meets World.
Nice. Me and Christa were literally just talking about, did you know that Boy Meets World is going to be on the Disney Plus streaming service when it comes out?
Oh, fuck, really?
Yep. Along with, Even Stevens is going to be on there, I think. All the old Disney Channel stuff. Recess is going to be on there. Kim Possible.
Oh, my God.
All those old shows and stuff. And Billy said, Alex, that's a fantastic show. I'm proud of you. And also, you put Seinfeld 10th, Mr. Leach.
Thank you. Dad, you got some problems with Billy now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Boy Meets World is another one. Speaking of, I said Firefly is like one of the best theme songs of all time. The Boy Meets World song gets me every time. Never watched it, Christa? Oh, man.
Yeah, neither one. I've never watched. I only watched like a couple episodes here and there on TV. I've never seen it all the way through.
Oh, my God. This is for Billy. Fine. Fine.
And Tiffy said the League was on there but got knocked off. And Christa said Kim Possible
the League was my number 10. Kim Possible. Billy knows. So yeah, number 10, Boy Meets World. It's just a fucking classic. Like every kid, like just middle school, high school, that whole thing you just relate. Corey Topanga was like the first like love story in a show that I ever got invested in, like as a kid. Oh my god. Mr. Feeney's like everyone's all-time favorite teacher. That's like when a teacher grows to the point where they're like a parent, like father figure. They're so good. Like that's Mr. Feeney. He's like a grandpa almost. He's so good.
I haven't seen like I said I watched more of other shows than I watched A Boy Meets World, but I think in general I think I was more of a Saved by the Bell kid.
Okay.
That was like the show that kind of show that I watched a lot of.
Yeah. Chat is popping right now. This is unbelievable. I know,
this is fucking crazy. You guys
I'm loving it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 6, Letterkenny. Oh man, Billy, fucking Letterkenny.
I need to get in on that shit.
But it's so fucking funny. It's one of the funniest TV shows I've ever seen. It's so fucking funny. All right. Oh,
so you're number 9
let's get at her.
Yeah.
All right, so my number 9. This is the only recent show that I have on this list. Well, one of two, but like very, very recent. As in, like this is the only show as of now that's still on TV right now, but it's in its final season. It's an HBO show. We were just talking about The Rock earlier, so you know I had to put it on my list.
You talked about this to me.
Number 9 is Ballers, the show on HBO that's about The Rock being like a football agent, and it's just consistently been just dumb and entertaining enough for me to watch all these seasons.
Hell yeah, I want to give that a chance, or give that a try sometime.
Yeah.
Is there any other like big actors in it with him? Like who's like his co-stars?
Rob Corddry's in it. The guy from Black Klansman is in it. Denzel Washington's son, who we didn't know was Denzel Washington's son until recently, and that really fucked us up. Let's see. Tiff, if you were not subbed to my channel, I would fight you over Boy Meets World. Home Improvement is amazing, and Tiff says I'm not saying it's bad. I watched Saved by the Bell over Boy Meets World. I'm with you there, Tiff. And then
I can't get over how amazing
your dad said Seinfeld knocked out Friends and Home Improvement. Okay.
Yep, Home Improvement's
But anyway,
very good.
if you like sports, actually, Mr. Leach, fucking Odell Beckham Jr. is in the newest season of Ballers. So
really,
they get famous. Like I think Jared Goff was in last season. They get like famous people to be in it. But like they've blended the fake athletes with the real ones so effectively that sometimes I forget they're not actually real athletes in real life.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like lost. I've been lost in that show for years. But if you like sports and comedy and The Rock and all that shit, you got to give it a try sometime.
Absolutely.
It's fucking great. What's your number 9?
So my number 9 is actually, let me check, one of 2 that was on my dad's list, actually. So my number 9 is the only sci-fi show I've ever really gotten into, like I said, Firefly. Which, for a show that only has, I think, Tiff, is it 14 episodes? There's only 14 episodes in the whole show, but literally every single one of them is absolute gold. And Nathan Fillion is just such an amazing like lead in that show. It's oh fuck, what's his name? Joss Whedon made it.
Yeah, Joss Whedon.
Yeah, and it's just the writing's good. Like it's a lot of like the standalone episodes that slowly build to an overarching plot. It's one of those type of like formulas, but they just crush. Like each episode they go to like a different planet, and it feels like an entire different world with like 15 new characters, and they make you care about what's going on with all of them by the time it's over. And it's just got a lot of personality, like where you understand a lot about the world. Like one of the like weird things about it is I don't remember the actress's name. Tiff will know it. Have you seen Deadpool?
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds' wife. That actress.
Yeah. Oh fuck, what's her name?
The like dark-haired.
Yeah.
She's really pretty. She's in Homeland, a bunch of other stuff. Whatever her name is.
Okay.
She plays a escort, essentially. But like in their universe, it's like a sign of like very high class. Like if you're an escort, you're like really, really like upper echelon.
Yeah.
And it's just like a whole thing where like you would think all like the prostitutes, like, you know, they're like really down in the dumps and stuff like that, but they're like very like high class, highbrow,
Yeah, yeah.
very respected stuff. And it's literally a Western in space. And it's just all the characters are great. It's such a good like cult classic show, and it's like you could watch it in like one weekend. Companions.
I was gonna say,
that's what they're called. They call them companions.
I think Aaron and Ben have been mad at me for not watching that show for years, so I think it's time I finally remedy that. I'm gonna make that my goal. I'm gonna watch Firefly by the end of 2019.
Yeah, it's one of those shows where like I identify as like a nerdy guy. I feel like, and like Firefly is just one of those shows like everyone who's into like nerd anything. Like you should watch. Like I'm not a sci-fi person at all.
Yeah.
It's a great show. I loved it. So that's my number 9.
So speaking of westerns, that just reminded me that I really wish I was more into Westworld. But man, that
I never watched that. I wanted to.
I just like the guy who made it, whose name I'm blanking on, also made Lost, and I don't know if you've ever watched Lost.
Oh shit! I never finished it, but I heard how much they fucked it up.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like Game of Thrones level disappointing final seasons. That's pretty much what they did to us. Aaron and I watched that show
the fans guessed it.
religiously
They're
in
like,
high school,
oh no!
and I just like. I can't believe they fucked the fans over so much with Lost and Game of Thrones. I was like, what are the chances 2 huge shows in our lifetime end with like shitty final seasons? We were talking about that the other day.
Right.
But anyway, my number 8. Let me look at my list. I forgot. I won't talk too much about this show because we've already talked about it a couple times tonight. Your dad mentioned that it got bumped off of his list. This is like when people talk about Friends and other shows like that. This is like my Friends. Like I grew up watching this show, like reruns of this show. When they put it on Hulu like a couple years ago, I was very excited. Went through and watched most of it in order. But that show is Seinfeld. I think it's personally like one of my favorite sitcoms of all time. It's so fucking good. It's so fucking good.
Oh man. I absolutely adore that show, and that's very close to coming up for me as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's...
Yeah, I can't say too much more about Seinfeld that hasn't already been said by a million people, but in general, just
Billy's gonna fucking castrate all of us that we've all had Seinfeld on our list, but all very low. Like, sorry, Billy, I love Seinfeld, but it's not quite my top 3 either.
Yeah. I like I said, literally, like, I love Seinfeld, I love Friends, I love Ballers even, but the shows that are coming now are, like, my upper echelon, like, shows I've watched the most times and the shows I've had, like, the most love for over the years. Listen, man, ranking shit is hard. Like, when you sit down to think about stuff, it's really hard, because it's like, you feel like you're doing, like, some of your favorite shows a disservice. Like, I can say Seinfeld is one of my favorite shows of all time, so, like, is putting it at my number 8 spot, like, a disservice to it? Sure. But, like, it's still in my top 10 when there's, like, a million other shows out there. So I feel like, ultimately... The order is important, but not as important, I feel like, for, like, the back half of the list. The top 5 and on, I feel, is, like, where it's really
top
important.
5 I knew in 5 seconds without even thinking about it. Like, that's my holy grail.
I think we both agree that, like, the second half of our list has been the hardest part for us so far. Just because our top 5 is so well defined, but, like, the back half is the hardest part. So anyway, so that was my number 8, so what's your number 7?
But it's my number 8.
Oh, no, you're number 8. Yeah. Holy fuck. Wow, I'm all turned around. All right, you're number 8.
Oh, you're fine.
Okay.
My number 8, Christa has mentioned.
Okay.
And she told you not to get mad, which made me laugh because she put it at number 7, I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, number 7. My number 8 is The Office, which is one of my favorite sitcoms of all time.
Let's see. I'm trying to follow up on the comments here, too. Billy said he had Simi follow the channel today as well. We need to get you some alerts. Hell yeah. And it says, you guys don't watch enough anime to rank them. Yeah, I used to be pretty big
I want to, though, Billy. I want to get into anime real bad.
I used to watch a lot of it. I would say my favorites that I've seen are Full Metal Alchemist and Death Note. Those are my 2 favorites that I've seen.
Attack on Titan I got really into.
Yeah, Christa and I are also watching one on Hulu right now. It's like an ongoing one that we're really behind on that we need to catch up on, called Demon Slayer, and it's one of the best anime I've seen in years. It sounds like you're going to be getting into like a really dark show, and it is, but it's also like incredibly lighthearted too.
Nice.
But yeah, I could probably talk about anime. I could probably make a top 10 anime list. I would just like have to go back and look at what I've watched over the years.
Yeah, you have to have Billy as a guest on that one. Because a 10, there's no way. Fucking Pokemon, #1, I'm done.
Pokemon #1.
Yeah.
I don't even know where the fuck you went. Oh, fuck,
I'm like back in this corner. I'm just looking at stuff. But yeah, my #8 is The Office. Jim and Pam. I said that Corey and Topanga was my first TV love story that I got invested in. Jim and Pam was the one I got the most invested in.
Yeah.
And honestly, it was one of those things where I was so invested in it that it felt like the show, once they got together and that whole thing was done. I think early Office is better than later Office.
Yeah, I
think weirdly the Jim and Pam stuff.
Yeah, a lot of people agree with you there for sure. Oh, we got something going on here.
I fell down this thing, and here we are. I have no idea what's actually happening. Holy shit, his shield has fucking mouthpiece. Sonic Doom.
Billy said, Josh, I need to watch Demon Slayer. Yeah, it really is one of the best, for my money, one of the best anime on TV right now. Oh boy. I need to restock on my ammo real quick, and then I'll come in there and help you.
Yeah, go for it. Yo, there's fucking dubstep going on.
I'm gonna become
He's shooting
mech
dubstep at us.
I am become mech.
Wow, I am immediately dead. Trying to keep the little guys for second win.
Yeah.
His shield
he's immune to all my attacks right now too, so that's fucking great.
Yeah, what the fuck? If it's if he's in the spotlight, he's immune. We can hit him again.
Oh fuck. Okay. Wow, he.
This is. I don't know what the hell's happening here, but this is amazing.
Yeah.
Alex needs to get FIFA 20. Yeah, man. Is it? Does it seem better than 19 was?
So I haven't played. I played one Ultimate Team match last night and won 3-2 in extra time. But that fucking Volta career mode is one of the best career modes I've played in a long time in any sports game. It's just 3-on-3 street soccer. It reminds me so much of FIFA Street. It's not even funny. It's so good.
Oh man, FIFA Street, NFL Street, all of those games are my shit.
Okay.
These blasts. Luckily, there's enough of these little guys around that every time he kills me, I just immediately heal back up. Oh, he's almost down.
Oh, he's deflecting my bullets back at me or something.
Damn shield. There we go.
There we go. Fuck him up, boys.
Let's go, boys.
We gotta kill all these little guys still.
I'm so mad I'm still gun.
I'm level 8, but I feel like my guns are definitely not where they need to be.
I was just saying, I'm trying to grab extras. I feel like mine are okay, actually.
Okay. I need a better shotgun for sure. This shotgun is still from back when I was level 3. Yeah, honestly, Billy, I agree with you. FIFA is the best it's been in a very long time. Alright, so we were at your number 8 with The Office?
So I just did, number 8, The Office.
Okay,
yeah.
So my number 7, another show that we talked about earlier, in the same vein as One Tree Hill. My number 7 is The OC.
Oh, so I've never actually watched that. Yeah, I saw the chat was talking about it for a while. It's shorter,
so One Tree Hill is a commitment because it's 9 seasons. I still haven't finished the 9th season just because I was so disappointed with it at the time. I was like, I just don't have it in me to, I don't care about these characters enough to finish it, and then I just never finished it. So, the OC was the first show like that I really cared about that, led to me watching other similar shows. So it led me into watching, Gossip Girl and One Tree Hill and shows like that.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Ryan and Marissa for life. That's what Christa said. I agree. Anybody watching the OC will know what she's talking about.
Oh, Tiff owns all that. I think we talked about that maybe at one point.
We probably did.
Oh, so you just dropped a bunch of guns, so I bet you found something good.
Let's see.
Because mine are by level at least. I got that purple 141 and a 139, SMG looking thing right now. I've got a 158 shotgun if you want it. I think I can drop it.
Yeah, my inventory's fucking full. Can I just drop shit? Yeah.
Yeah, if you hit triangle, they'll drop. I think if you drop it, I could see it. Yeah, okay. I'm watching you shit out guns out of you.
Alright, where's your thing that you dropped?
Yeah, Dad, I'm on screen, but I am. Yeah. I'm finally there.
Yeah, your character's finally on the screen. Okay.
Okay. Here. If you want this shotgun, it's a blue 158. Go for it.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, bud.
Yeah. Because this purple machine gun or like pistol I got, it doesn't have a magazine.
Wait, this is a shotgun?
It's just every bullet I have.
It has like a scope on it.
Yeah.
That's wild. Like a sniper scope.
Yeah, what the fuck? That looks really weird. I never actually equipped that thing.
It has like
weird.
I can't imagine using this as a shotgun, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I'll say if you want to just sell it, go for it. That's fine.
If you want to pick up these other guns, I don't know if it goes both ways like that, but
yeah. It looks like it let me. I don't know how much space I have. Yeah, I'll pick them up just to sell them if anything. Yeah. Okay. So is the OC? I for some reason used to think that was a reality show. Is it a reality show?
No, not at all. It's a drama.
It's just set in California.
Yeah, it's just set in California. But I literally, between One Tree Hill and the OC, I found so much of the music that I love through those shows. It's not even funny. Like Jimmy Eat World, Modest Mouse.
Oh shit.
Bands like that. Yeah, they were fucking hip to a lot of good music way before I'd ever like listened to any of it.
Nice. Yeah, who knows? Maybe it'll be. Depending on how much Tiff liked it, like I said, the way we watch shows, we like pick a show and we alternate watching seasons of it.
Yeah, yeah.
So who knows? Maybe she'll pick it one day.
Yeah, the OC is definitely worth watching. It goes some places, man. And then, like, being like a nerdy kid, like it was nice to see a nerdy kid in that show. Adam Brody played Seth, and he was like really into comic books and like indie rock, and that's like pretty much like that was my jam too. So.
Yeah. How the fuck did you get up there? Is there a staircase somewhere? Oh, there it is. I'm an idiot. Okay.
I just took something and stuck it in the tape player. Can you hear that playing now, too?
Him yelling?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what, my number 7? Is that where we're at?
I think so, yeah. 10, 9, 8,
so this will be a really extremely quick one. My number 7 is Seinfeld.
Okay.
Fucking love that show.
It's a good one.
I think if they remade it now, but the only note I'll say on Seinfeld is I think Seinfeld could be made in any year. Year 3019, they can make a Seinfeld because it's like, hey, what is like day-to-day social things that everyone goes through and can relate to, and it's funny.
Their conversations are very, very relatable for sure.
Yes, it's so good.
Seth was hands down the best. Seth was my fucking favorite by far. I agree with you so much on this, Tivy. Alright, so my number 7 then, which I already did. So mine will be my number 6.
So you're number 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so bad at numbers.
I'll say this, my 7 to 10 was tough.
Yeah.
6 is like my mid tier, and then 5 and up is like God tier to me.
Yep.
Like there's huge jumps now as far as how much I like truly love these shows.
I have a feeling our top 5s are going to be very different now.
Exporter, importer, exporter.
Alright, so my number 6, like we've already talked about it, so I won't talk about it too much more. One Tree Hill is my number 6, just above the OC. I rank it just a little bit above the OC.
Oh shit.
The OC, I still feel like was cut too short. It only had 4 seasons, and the 4th season wasn't great compared to seasons 1, 2, and 3. I think overall I still like One Tree Hill better. I mean, I finished the OC because there were less seasons, but overall I like the
These are CW shows, right?
Yes, WB shows actually, and then it turned to the CW. Yep. That fucking ages me. I don't know what else ages me more than that.
Oh man, I remember when they switched out. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh man, Celebrity Crush and Man Crush list. That would be fucking really fun, actually.
Alright, yeah.
That's a really good idea, Billy.
Christa says One Tree Hill should be much higher. Yeah, on her list it would be. On mine, it's just not.
Oh man.
Wasn't the OC Fox? Oh yeah, I guess you're right. I guess you're right, Tiffy. Damn. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Billy, that's such a good fucking idea. We should absolutely do that sometime. We could do like top 5s of both, so it's still like a 10.
Yeah.
Like top 5 girls, top 5 like dude crushes.
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
All right.
Oh my god. So my number 6 then?
Yeah, you're number 6.
So my number 6 is one of 2 shows in my top 6 that, like how I just described how Tiff and I watch shows, like we pick one of our favorites and like we watch them both together and we just alternate seasons.
Yeah.
This is one of 2 that I had not seen until being with Tiff, and there were shows that she picked. I think I tried to ask Tiff what her top 10 like favorite TV show list would be, and she struggled with it because it's very hard. Like this list was a lot harder than even the bands, I think, to me. And I think this would probably be her number one. I don't know either. I was just wondering we had to talk to her, but I don't know how the fuck to get out of here. There's a map.
Go ahead with your show though, for sure.
So my number 6 is Shameless.
Okay, we still haven't seen that one.
Oh man, that's one of those shows that like. So the whole premise of it is it's basically like a poor, like on the surface white trash sort of like in the ghetto family in Chicago, the Gallaghers, and they're just such a clusterfuck. I think we just jump off right here, honestly. Yeah. And Emmy Rossum, who plays Fiona, is fucking incredible in that show. The oldest brother, Lip, is my favorite character, for sure. Heard nothing but good things about Shameless, yeah. It's on season 10, I think, about to air right now. And, like, honestly, 7 and 8 kind of were, like, average. Like, they're starting to taper off a little bit.
Wait, why am I throwing my guns down?
But those early shows. What's up?
I'm, like, throwing my guns down and they're exploding. What the fuck is happening?
Oh! You must have a, there's a, like, you know how there's, like, brands of gun in this game?
Yeah.
There's one of that must be one.
Yeah, when you
on
go
a
to
reload,
it,
you throw it.
That's fucking
and it's like
crazy.
a little mini grenade. Yeah,
That's
so like that
wild.
will do damage if you aim it right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's on Showtime. Yeah, there's just so many moments where, like the acting gets so good and it's just like real, like raw, like family emotion of like if you like put yourself in the shoes of like the people going like with what's going on.
Yeah.
Like Tiff and I's like favorite characters outside of Fiona for her and Lip for me are Ian, who's the middle brother. He's actually played by that Cameron Monaghan, whatever his name is, who he's in that new Star Wars game coming out.
Oh, okay.
Debbie fucking sucks. Yeah, Debbie's the worst. He plays the Joker in Gotham as well.
Gotcha.
Like he's gay, and there's this like kid at his school who's like, he's like the tough like badass like bully kid who's like too good, like he's too cool, like he's trashy, but like he gets in fights with all these people and he's just like nasty white trash, but like it turns out he's also gay and like they have a relationship together and it's like it's the best shit ever. Like how much like Mickey loving Ian like brings him like back to like normalcy and stuff, and like you can tell he's just like his dad's a piece of shit, like he just grew up in it, so it's like that's all he knows. And it's just there's just so many good moments. I love
Tiffy in these comments. Don't fucking get me started on that bitch. That's the most animated I've seen.
Oh, seriously, Debbie's the worst.
For it. Oh man.
Yeah.
I fucking love
Debbie's the absolute fucking worst. Tiffy, how do you feel about The Rock?
Oh my god. I can't do this, Billy. You can't turn people against me like this, Billy. Come on now.
Not in his own chat. How dare you?
Yeah, goddamn. I mean, I guess he is hosting it, so I guess it's kind of like his chat now too.
Holy shit. I don't know how to get back to where the fuck we're supposed to go.
But yeah,
there's so much going on that I have no clue. Is there like a side mission in this area? Trying to find on the map. Okay, there is actually. Oh, that's the door. There we go. But yeah, just my number 6. Yeah, is Shameless. It's fucking incredible. Emmy Rossum's a fucking angel in that show.
Your dad
She's so
said
good.
The Rock is awesome. Krista said Daddy's got to go to work, and Billy said I never get to be in Twitch chat, and I love it.
Yes.
Oh man.
I love all of you guys right now. This is
we've been asking.
The fact that chat's going so hard that we can't even keep up. It's amazing.
We've been asking for literally months for chat to like do something in my streams, and now we just can't fucking keep up with it. And I love it.
Oh my god, it's so good. But yeah, number 6 is Shameless. I super recommend it. It's a lot to get through and it tapers off, but fuck me up. It's so good.
All right, boys, we're in some real shit now. Let's go to my number 5. Yep. This is my number 5.
Thank you, Billy.
What did Billy say? He says I'm heading to bed. It was
Oh,
fun.
he said great stream, guys.
Okay, thanks, buddy. We appreciate it for sure.
Yeah, man. Thanks for hopping in, Billy. We really appreciate it. This is really fun.
All right. This show would have been top 3 for me had it not been for the recent last season.
Ooh, I was wondering where this was gonna fall.
This got bumped down about 2 or 3 spots for me. That last season left as bad of a taste in my mouth as Lost did. And as you can see what happened with Lost, Lost isn't even in my top 10 anymore.
Damn.
But Game of Thrones is my number 5, and Game of Thrones is a better show than Lost. Sorry I had to be the one to say it, but...
Oh, that's not even controversial. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm assuming the game wants us to fast travel instead of running, but do you want to just like run there?
Yeah, we might as well.
Okay.
I don't know how to fast travel is the thing. Oh, we're getting back to our car.
Okay.
So let's run back to our car.
That'll be fine.
Yo, Billy got that fucking emote.
Fucking love that
I hear
shit.
Tiffy laughing from the fucking living room. Bye,
Shit.
Billy. Thanks for being here, man.
Oh, it was so
Holy
funny.
fuck, that's so funny. Mayhew, about this disappointment, yep.
It's without a doubt one of the greatest TV shows ever made, but when you fuck over your fans and make a really shitty last season, I'm sorry, but that's going to impact the ratings for me. But on a positive note, still one of the greatest ensemble casts. Are you in the back seat?
Yeah, I'm in here. We're
Okay,
good.
okay.
Yeah.
One of the greatest ensemble casts in TV history. Don't fucking at me. One of the greatest group of actors to ever come together to make a TV show. They're all so insanely talented, and it's just a goddamn shame that the writers had to go and fuck up that talent and just waste it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But anyway,
literally everything about that show is incredible.
Yeah.
And it really is like, how high on the pedestal was it for you, and like how much did the last season?
Yeah, it's like I feel like if there's anybody out there that thinks that it's still their number one show even after that last season, I'd be really like interested and willing to have that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think it's like fair to other shows that have had good long runs of good seasons to put Game of Thrones higher than them, because it doesn't deserve it anymore. I hate to say it doesn't deserve to be higher than 5 for me anymore. If you would have asked me a couple years ago, even like honestly earlier this year, sure.
Yeah.
But man, they took everything I liked about that show and just shoved it right up my ass in front of me and made me watch.
Yep.
And just...
So you're gonna fucking take this bitch. Yeah.
We for those that don't know out there, I don't know if we've ever talked about it in the stream, we watched the last couple episodes together over at Alex's house. What, the last,
I had a
like
party
3
on
episodes
finale
or
day.
something like that? 3 or 4 maybe?
I think so. It might have been the last... I think it was episode 5 when you came over where it really got bad.
Yeah.
Where Danny's meltdown. Spoiler alert, sorry. I don't think Game of Thrones is fucking immune to that. Oh, you spoiled it for me.
I was going to say, everybody that wanted to watch it by now has watched it, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, yeah, the day of the finale, we started at like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon and watched the whole dang season. And that was really fun. I made that fucking punch.
Oh, that punch was so good.
We talked about how shitty
punch
it was.
was legendary.
Yes, so fucking good.
Dragon's Blood, whatever it was called.
Oh yeah, Dragon... Fuck, what was that? Dragon Punch? Whatever, yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
I was happy, a note about Game of Thrones, that it won a ton of Emmys, but if you look at which ones it won, none of them were like writing related. It was all...
Yep.
Like Peter Dinklage won supporting actor, and like all their special effects and movie or music and costume design, all those people won because all of them absolutely deserved it.
Oh yeah, for sure, without a doubt. Yeah, Christa, I
was
agree
glad
with
those two
Christa that Jamie and Cersei got boned harder than anybody in that show.
Oh my god, that was atrocious.
Just what? Oh, okay, I can't, because it'll literally be the rest of the stream if we open up this can of worms. So instead of opening up a can of worms, let's open up a can of whoop ass and get to your number 5.
Hell yeah. Let's see here. Okay, my number 5. It's a shame that Billy just left, because this was the show I had tried to get Billy to watch for so long, but it's such a fucking bear to like get caught up on this, because it's like, hey man, there's this show that's really, really cool. You would love it. By the way, there's 14 seasons that all have 20+ episodes on it, and they're hour-long episodes. But I swear you'll love it. And Billy, for the longest time, just wouldn't start it. He wouldn't start it. He's like, I'll get to it. He finally starts it, watches all of it in like 2 months, and is like, dude, this is like one of my favorite fucking shows of all time now.
Wow.
My number 5 is Supernatural.
Okay.
It's, like I said, I almost don't even suggest it to people anymore, because I just understand that the fact that there's literally 14 seasons now.
Yeah.
When I started watching, I had 7 seasons to binge, and I was like, fuck, this is a lot. But it's just, they've mastered that. Like I think I mentioned it before. I forget what show we were talking about. Maybe Smallville or my dad's. That's like, you've got your individual self-contained, like 70% of the episodes like individual stories, like the monster of the week type thing. But they just end it with like 5 minutes of major plot points, and then they have like 6 episodes a season that are like 100% devoted to like the main story of the season. They've completely mastered how to do that, and they haven't ran out of ideas. The main story, it's like justified to where like they're not. It doesn't feel like a show that they're just making for the sake to still make it. Like in the story, it makes sense why more shit is happening.
Sure. Yeah.
It's funny. It's like suspenseful. There's like good mysteries that have actually like stumped me. Like it's got good action. It literally has everything. And it's been out long enough. They've done every sort of type of weird episode. Like they literally did a Scooby-Doo crossover 2 seasons ago. Like it's such a good show, and like I said, it's such a hard one to recommend just because of how much of it there is now.
Oh yeah.
But if you ever find yourself wanting to watch fucking 300 hours of a new TV show,
yeah,
pick Supernatural. It's so good.
It seems like a show that I would have loved if I would have been on it earlier. I feel like I've been saying that a lot tonight, but man, there's so many good shows out, so many more being made as we speak, that it's really hard for me to like settle down and like, you know, actually pick one. Like tonight, Christa's dad was over and we were showing him all the stuff that came out about Apple TV Plus and all the shows that are going to be on that. I mean, once November 1st hits, we're going to have, at minimum, like 5 huge shows on that platform that are exclusive to Apple.
Yeah.
So like,
I know there's a Jennifer Aniston one.
About. Yeah, I don't know what other ones. The TV one, then there's that CSEE show with Jason Momoa, and then there's For All Mankind. Then there's For All Mankind, which is about one of the trips to the moon, and it just, I'm like, I love space stuff, so.
Nice. How much is that going to be? You said you get it free with your phone, right?
So I bought the new iPhone, so I got it a year for free, but it's only $5 a month.
Damn, that's actually amazing.
And Apple Arcade
They're killing it with their streaming stuff.
There's 100 games available on Apple Arcade right now, and that's also $5 a month. Just heads up.
I wonder if they're going to bundle music, TV, and the games.
They might, but the only bundle that I'm aware of. So it sounds stupid, but we pre-ordered Disney Plus. Just, I don't know, just because I like got and like I was like, man, I really want Disney Plus, so we pre-ordered it. So like we're signed up and it'll like charge our card like the day it goes live or whatever. But when Disney Plus goes live, it won't benefit me because I already have these 2 services. But Disney Plus is like $6 or $7 a month by itself. But then they're doing a bundle where you can get ESPN Plus and Hulu with it for $12 a month, which is insane. Bless you.
How much do you have ESPN Plus already?
What happened?
I sneezed really loud.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I thought I heard you say bless you. I said thank you. But I don't know what happened.
And then I heard you say some other stuff, and I didn't hear the other stuff you said, so I'm sorry.
Oh, how much is ESPN Plus? You said you have that already?
Yeah, ESPN Plus is like $5 a month, I think.
Okay. I know they have like certain news articles you can't read without it.
The only reason I don't give a shit about that stuff, I have it so I can watch all my crew games and everything. Honestly, that's the main reason why I have it.
That makes sense. Yeah. Let's see. Chris's honorable mentions: Rain, Mad Men, Handmaid's Tale, and Queer Eye. Mad Men I've always wanted to watch, but I think Tiff's watched it and said it was kind of slow. But I love John Hamm. My best friend Grayson watched it and said that Mad Men was really good. But it seems like one of those shows that, like how she said, it's kind of slow, but it's just like written really well. So it's like if you just enjoy like really good dialogue, it almost felt like it's good. But there's a show I just realized I didn't put on my fucking top 10. That's sort of blasphemous. Like, I'm just not realizing I forgot a fucking... I just forgot a
Well, you
major
might as well say
show.
it since it's not going to be on your list.
I don't have Breaking Bad in my top 10.
I mean, I don't either.
Okay, I don't like. I love that show. I'm very excited about the movie. I watched it like during the final season, so it was like peak.
Yep.
This is literally the best show of all time, and I was like, okay. I mean, you have to be really fucking good to be the best, and I feel like it starts slow but gets really, really good.
It does.
But it's just written so well.
Oh,
And it's
yeah.
like Bryan Cranston's a fucking angel. He's a saint in that show. He's so good. But yeah, spoiler alert: Breaking Bad's not in either one of our top 10. That's wild.
Yeah.
I was ready for you to be like, ooh, that's my number one. And I was like,
Opening up a
Nope.
finely aged
So that was. So I said my number 5 was Game of Thrones. Yours number 5 is Supernatural, right?
yeah. So now it's your
Okay.
number 4. Yep.
My number 4, this might be surprising, but if you know me, it shouldn't be too surprising. I don't know how much I've talked about this show with you personally. This is the only show from here that's an animated show, so it's a cartoon. It's not
That's
an
I had to
anime.
guess.
It's not an anime, but it's animated.
Okay.
It is a superhero show. In fact, I think it is the best version of this superhero that's ever been committed to the screen, whether movies or TV shows. So my number 4 is Batman the Animated Series from the 90s.
Mark Hamill's the Joker, right?
Yes, Mark Hamill's the Joker. For my money, I'll fucking fight anybody to the death. That is the best Joker we're ever gonna get. I think it's
Better than
Ledger,
Heath.
Heath Ledger's Joker is the better performance, but Mark Hamill as a voice actor did a better Joker than anybody's ever gonna do.
What network was that on? Like, was it a WB?
I think so. I think that was. Yeah, I watched a lot of reruns of that show and stuff, so I'm not sure what channel it actually started out on. But that's another one where when I realized it was on digital as an adult, I was like, okay, cool. I gotta, have all this.
Yep. Like, well, time to do it.
I have a huge Batman the Animated Series poster that's like, there's a poster right behind me that's The Martian, but then the one over there is Batman Mask of the Phantasm, which is one of the movies that came out of the Batman Animated Series era.
Yeah.
And fucking great movie. That show was doing Batman good, and we didn't appreciate it at the time, and now we've had a lot of, like, I wouldn't say shitty, but, like, not as good Batman stuff in the meantime.
Yeah. Because that was, like, post, like, Clooney, like, those movies with, like, Arnold as Mr. Freeze and
So,
David DeVito's the Penguin and all that.
needless to
and
say, the
before Christian
world
Bale
really
took over.
needed a good Batman, and Kevin Conroy. Kevin Conroy is still. I seriously think I really do like Hamill's Joker better than Ledger's Joker, and I like Conroy's Bruce and Batman better than I like Christian Bale's Batman, for sure.
Okay.
That's where I'm at.
Christian
with it.
Bale, Tiff's talked about this before. He's just like, he's like too over the top with the, because I'm Batman. He's just always completely out of breath.
I'll say the city, I'm Batman.
I'll say the city. Oh, Batman, I'm at the fucking nursing home.
Nice mod, bro. Man, I'm really glad we've been ignoring this dopey ass dialogue throughout this. So anyway,
it's so dumb.
It's my favorite Batman thing that's ever been created ever. I know people are gonna stone me once they hear that, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, the Dark Knight this, the Dark Knight that." Sorry, Batman animated series came first. It's the most important Batman thing to me. End of story. I don't want to hear any complaints. I don't want to hear any arguments. It's 100% objective. I get that, but it is my favorite Batman thing. It's my favorite Batman thing.
I don't think you're like out of the like line of believability for a lot of people on that. Like, I feel like I've seen that online. That like, yeah, Heath Ledger was great, but like people forget about Mark Hamill and all that. So I think you're okay with that one.
All right, so where are we at with your number 4 then?
My number 4.
Oh, your
is a
dad
show
said
that
sorry.
you
I
just...
missed your comment on 66 Batman. Yeah, that's like second or third favorite Batman for me all time. Fucking Adam West and Burt Ward, man. There's not many people our age that have an appreciation for 66 Batman, but I'll tell you, I am definitely one of them. I fucking love that shit.
Yeah, like I said, my brother has the whole like box set of that entire show.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So my number 4 is a show that you just started.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if it was because of us talking about it, or if you had already been planning it.
I have only seen 10 episodes of the first season of this, but it is 100% because of you and Tiff. I have to thank for that.
Oh man, it's so. Oh, so to preface this is the second. Shameless was the first one. This is now the second one. That, with how Tiff and I watch our shows, she had picked this one, and we watched it, and I was just 100% obsessed with this show.
Yeah.
So Tiff actually grew up, born and raised in Texas.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she lived the Texas high school football like mania, and this show does it so fucking well. My number 4 is Friday Night Lights, the TV show, which I've actually never seen the movie. I have it over there, like my cousin TJ let me borrow it, but I have not watched it yet.
Wow,
I don't think it's related in any way. I think it's like the same director or something, but just like the Dillon Panthers, I don't think are in. It's like the Permain Panthers or something like that.
So oddly enough, I love the Friday Night Lights movie, but I know it's completely different from the show. But yeah, I just a couple months ago watched like the first 10 episodes of the TV show because of Alex and Tiff, and it's fucking great.
It's amazing. Like Coach Taylor, played by Kyle Chandler, it's just absolutely like he's like my TV dad. Like I would fucking run through a pane of glass for Coach Taylor. Like his speeches he does like halftime of the games, like growing up playing sports and knowing, like I think like Tiff is not, having grown up in Texas, is not a football person at all. She hates football. But she loves that show because I think that show does a really good job of showing the, like one of my biggest gripes with people that don't like sports is they act like it's just like a dumb game and there's no like life lessons to be learned out of sports. That pisses me off so fucking bad.
Oh yeah.
And Friday Night Lights shows that so well. Like it's like your brothers on your team.
It's more than just a game.
Like it's your second family. It's like some of these kids, like which they do a good job showing in the show, like their entire life is this game. Like this game is their way out of their shitty situation. Like it pulls them out of their current situations, even if they don't like make the pros or anything like that. Like it lets them know like, hey, there's other things out there.
I would go one step further and say like watching sports can be just as much of an escape as playing sports as well. And also,
100%.
Not to mention, it makes people who like might not necessarily feel like they fit in anywhere else. If you're a fan of a sports team and you meet other fellow fans of that sports team, there's a sense of community. It's like
it's like a bond immediately.
Yeah, immediately. Like, oh, you're a Browns fan? Oh, fuck, right? Did you see the game last night? You know, like just immediately.
Exactly.
It never fails. You know, but. Yeah, I agree.
Just,
I don't know what took me so long to start wanting to watch Friday Night Lights as a huge football fan. I guess it's just like it's the decision nausea that I get when I try to pick something to actually watch. Is what
because like we said, there's so many shows.
Yeah,
it's impossible to watch all of them. But like, and the little cherry on top is I fucking love Tammy Taylor. She's the goat. Tammy Taylor's the best. I have a celebrity crush on Connie Britton now because of that show. Tammy Taylor's the fucking best. It's such a like we've talked about it before. Of all the shows we've like picked to watch, Tiff and I to like alternate, I've like tried to rule that like even over any of my shows, like the first one we ever watch again, if not Game of Thrones potentially, is I want it to be Friday Night Lights. Like I need to watch this a second time. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, I need to definitely get back into it, but man, right now, especially with October coming up, I've already had my horror marathon going on for September, but now is really when I'm going to get in the thick of it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is my
number 4.
So we're in our top 3 now, right?
Said,
do we want to do a quick recap?
We can do a recap, and then Christa said she wants to do our top 3 together, so we'll let her reveal her top 3 whenever she wants. But recap,
Tiff, if you've got your top 3, throw that shit out there too.
So
my dad already did his,
and thanks again, Mr. Leach, for the list for sure. So my top so far: 10 was Friends, 9 was Ballers, 8 was Seinfeld, 7 was The OC, 6 was One Tree Hill, 5 was Game of Thrones, number 4 was Batman the Animated Series.
Hell yeah! So my 10 through 4: number 10, Boy Meets World; number 9, Firefly; number 8, The Office; number 7, Seinfeld; number 6, Shameless; number 5, Supernatural; and number 4, Friday Night Lights.
Nice. So perfect timing. Krista's number 3 is Game of Thrones, she said.
Game of Thrones. Yep. Now, Krista, where was that before the final season? Like, was that your number 1 and it fell to 3?
I was gonna say for a while I think
Curious
that
on
show
that.
was her number 1, but I think I know what her
Yeah.
number 1's actually gonna be.
Mm-hmm. Tiff, if you had to pick your number 3, what you got?
It's not over yet.
Don't you worry about me. I got a belly full of
Oh, we're
skag
back
meat
at
and a
like the
warm
main
place to
camp,
sleep.
aren't we? Yep.
What more does a guy need?
Number 2 for Krista. She didn't
Thanks,
write
Ball
anything.
Yep.
She
Hunter.
just wrote number
You
2.
made my dreams come true. I mean, who doesn't want little golden statues of themselves, am I right? You know, we may not have destroyed the COV today, but once they see those statues, they're gonna know who's in charge. They'll know!
It's not over yet.
You hear that?
She didn't write anything for
Tyreen?
number 2. So
Now
what do you say we
worship
go ahead
Uh-huh.
here? Did Tiff have anything for 3,
Yeah,
2,
go for
1?
it.
For my name is born!
What's that?
Did Tiff have anything for her 3, 2, 1?
I don't know.
Oh,
She said anything a
She
little
said
bit.
Game of Thrones was her number 2.
Oh, she was correcting herself.
Was answering. Oh,
She's answering out.
okay. She's answering Alex. So Game
Oh.
of Thrones was number 2. Now it's number 3.
But now
okay.
it's number 3.
Gotcha.
I
Gotcha.
see. Okay. That fucked me up.
Ball Hunter. You really got the map? It's in good hands, Fire.
This has been so fun playing this because I
To
don't
be precise.
have a single fucking clue what's happening in this game, but
Yeah.
I'm not too worried about it.
Nice!
I'm just coughing my
So,
fucking lungs
did
out
you
over
see any
here.
of my
Holy
sun
shit.
smashers?
Wow.
And why do you smell like dusty skin?
Your clan was murdered by Tyreen Phillips.
So, okay.
I was
Do you want to give
Okay.
your 3? Because I don't know
Yep,
if Tiff-
I'm gonna give my number 3.
Oh, there she is.
Uh,
I don't know my number 3. Number 2 is Game of Thrones. And number 1 is Shameless.
Okay, cool. I can respect that
Okay.
list. My number 3 is an older show. This was Mr. Leach might be able to help me out with this one. I can't remember whether. I think this was a '60s show. So around the time of Batman was when it started. For my money, it's the best sci-fi TV show of all
I
time.
don't think I'd ever see this thing again. It's not just
Was
a
doing
map,
plot
though.
twists
Just
and
open the
crazy
other
shit
vaults on
and
Pandora.
like
Every vault
all
leads
kinds
to
of like innovative, groundbreaking shit before anybody
Take a
else on
look.
TV was
It's been a long
doing it.
time.
They recently brought it back on CBS for a first season from Jordan Peele, which I enjoyed for what
Oh,
it was,
yeah, this is my guess.
but
Mhm.
did not
Something's
like it
wrong.
as much as the original
Something
series, because the
overcharging.
original series to me is
We
untouchable.
need help.
My number 3, black
Yeah.
and white
One person on
classic,
this
The
planet
Twilight
knows how this
Zone.
iridium
That is my
tech
number
works.
3.
I didn't realize that was that
fucking-
old of a show.
Yep,
Got a
started in the
dig site on the other
60s.
side of the
I
valley.
think that ran
Take
for
them
like
out to
4
her.
or 5 seasons. And then
I'll catch up
there's
when
like
I can.
100 something
Have to track
episodes
down
of
a few
it, and then
loose
they
ends
ended
for our
it,
ship.
and they tried to revive it a couple times throughout the years, pretty unsuccessfully. And then Jordan Peele's revival of it has been pretty well received for the most part.
Yeah.
As far as I know, but like I said, it's hard to go back and make a show that's like damn near perfect, even better. So
Mm-hmm.
That's my
My dad
number
said
3.
Rod Sterling rules.
yeah, really, honestly, he's fucking great. I need to watch more of Night Gallery, which was his other show he did after the Twilight Zone. But yeah, he's fucking. Oh god, he's so good. Anyway,
When I was
yeah.
said it was like, I didn't know it was that old. I just got it like in name alone. For some reason, I was thinking of the X-Files when you were
Oh
talking
yeah,
about. Yeah.
I think a lot
Yeah,
of the
Twilight Zone. I
shows.
think I've seen random ones.
A lot of the shows that we watch now have the Twilight Zone to thank, especially if you watch like horror or sci-fi shows, because man,
Hmm.
it was doing some shit
Yeah.
back then. And then that's like, if you go back and watch it, like William Shatner being in that 20,000 Feet episode, like Nightmare at 20,000 Feet, I think, the one where he sees like the creature on the wing of the plane. Like, there's so many famous people that were in that show, like either like before they were famous or like after they were like famous or whatever.
Yeah.
And just, yeah, it's fucking great. It's such a good show.
Nice.
I think it was on Netflix for a long time, so that'd be the place to watch it if you don't have it access to it anywhere else.
Yeah.
Nice thing about that show too, which I appreciate that when shows do this, you can just watch it in pretty much whatever order you want. Like it doesn't. Like,
Oh, it's kind of just a bunch of standalones.
yeah,
So.
it's all standalone episodes, so there's not really any continuity. There's like references to other episodes, and you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
oh, this like company name from season 1 episode, whatever. I have no idea where I'm going right now.
I was gonna say I don't know how to get to it. Oh, okay. I think we have to like sneak by like a rock. Okay, so that little head like straight and go left like into. You see there's like that
Oh yeah.
metal
okay.
fence over there.
You probably have to
You gotta go like
walk
you
it
gotta like
now.
walk through
Yep.
here. Yeah. I'd look at the map to even see like the gap right there. NG was really out there,
Yeah,
like
Night
the outer
Gallery
limits.
was really out there. Yeah,
Oh,
I
Night
like the outer
Gallery,
limits
okay.
too. I feel like me and your dad have a lot we need to talk about at some point. I just need to sit down with you,
Oh,
Mr.
man.
Leach, and we need to have a conversation.
Well, I saw my dad on Sunday, I think. I was like, one of these days I'm just gonna fucking show up, and just Josh is gonna be with me. We're just gonna sit around and talk. Like, I'm just not gonna tell you. We're just gonna show up.
That's what needs to happen for sure. I'm very
Yeah.
much looking forward to that.
Oh man, it'd be great.
William Shatner is
Oh,
the
shit.
passenger with a gremlin on the wing. Yep. And Krista said Jane,
Jane
the
the
Virgin.
Virgin.
We are up to
That's
Krista's
number
comment
2.
is comment number 199. It keeps track on the stream throughout.
Holy shit! I was gonna say, where do you
we're
even
almost
see
at
that?
the 200 comment mark. Yeah. So now we're officially at 200. 200 comments.
That's fantastic.
When was the last time we got more than a couple comments on one of our?
I'll say if we had like 20, it was like, oh wow, fucking stream is popping.
Yeah.
We've had whole streams where not a single soul said a
You
word.
guys are.
That's
You
amazing.
guys
This
are
has been so cool.
absolutely fucking killing it tonight. I appreciate all of you so much.
Yeah, it's very fun. I'm so proud of this list idea. Like everyone could come up like, it's like it gets the conversation going. Like I think it's such
For
a
sure.
fucking cool thing.
Absolutely.
It's fun putting it together too, and like finding out everybody else's stuff. Like it's so good.
So Jane the
TV
Virgin
show
is
is such a good one too.
Jane
I've never
the
seen
Virgin
like
is
what
Krista's,
was
yeah.
that on?
Well, Jane
I
the
don't
Virgin.
think I've heard of that. to be
I don't
honest
know
with
what station it was originally on, to be honest with you. She could probably answer that.
Please do not confuse it for conversation.
you. Oh, the basement is great. He's like, well, let me clean up the boys' basement
Yeah. Hell yeah.
because that's where my dad's got like a big
Cult is her food source.
Oh, it's a CW show. Okay.
CW, okay.
My dad's got like a big like model case, like a glass like display
Oh,
case
fuck yeah.
down in the basement. It's got a bunch of his stuff in it. Yeah,
I
it's
can't
really
wait
cool.
to see this shit.
Shit. So what is it? We got my number 3 then?
Yeah. Yep. It's your top 3 now. I've only got 2 left after this.
Oh damn. Okay. So my number 3 was of the shows I've suggested to Tiff was the one that she liked the most. How like I fell in love with Friday Night Lights and Shameless. I don't know if I like Friday Night Lights and Shameless more than she liked this show, but it was definitely her favorite of the ones I suggested. This one is another one like Breaking Bad that I hopped in on so late.
Yeah.
Like I think I watched the last season like on my DVR like 2 months after it aired. It is an FX show
Yep. I know
that
what you're
has
talking about.
one of my fucking favorite actors now because of it. My number 3 is Sons of Anarchy.
Which
Which
sorry
is-
to disappoint everybody out there. I know Alex is already aware of this. I've never seen a single episode of that TV show.
Oh my god, it's like whenever you're done with Friday Night Lights, just roll right into this bad boy.
Alright.
I fucking fell off these rocks. Okay, here we go. It's oh my god, it's Charlie Hunnam does such a fucking good job as Jax in that show, and Ryan Hurst, who played Gary Bertier in Remember the Titans.
Oh fuck! Wow.
Yeah. He's in that show as like a big monster, like big bearded guy. Like I didn't know it was him at first, but once you know it, like that voice, you can't escape it. He's actually in The Walking Dead right now.
So speaking of Remember the Titans randomly, I just have to interject with this and say that what was the coach's name in that? Not Denzel, the other one? Yost?
Yeah, Yost, yeah.
He is in the newest Halloween movie that Jamie Lee Curtis is in, the 2018 Halloween. He plays
really?
the sheriff in that movie. He does a really good job.
Oh, I
with
can
it.
see him pulling that off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, Opie is who Ryan Hurst plays. He's my favorite character in the whole show. He's the best. But that show it's just a motorcycle gang in fucking Northern California, and they just do their own thing, and they get caught up with like the different like gangs around like the city and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just the director of the show, Kurt Sutter, Katie Seagal, you know her? She was in
Yeah.
she's in a bunch of stuff, but
Yeah.
she was in that 8 Simple Rules, and then she was that Bundy comedy show. What the fuck is that called?
Yeah, Married
with Children.
Yep.
Yeah, she was the wife in that. She plays Jax's mom, who's like, she's such a psycho bitch in that show, but she does such a great job of it.
That's awesome.
It's just, it's one of those shows that truly, like, when I try to like rank the seasons,
Yeah.
as far as my favorite, it's like from least to worst. It's like 1, 2, like 4, 3. Like it really does. Like for the most part, it just gets better and better every season it's on. And it's got my absolute favorite finale of any show I've ever watched. They wrap that up with a fucking perfect bow on it. It's
If I'm
so
not
good.
mistaken, I think Ben and Randy are the only two other friends I have besides you that have seen that show, and they love it.
It's fantastic.
Have you been
It's
watching
unbelievable.
Mayans?
I want to. I haven't seen it yet, but I was mad that they picked that because I remember when they were trying to make a spin-off,
Yeah.
it was like they were either going to do the Mayans or... So like in Sons of Anarchy, there's like different chapters or charters of like the club. And the charter that they follow in the show is the Redwood Charter. They're the original. And like the whole thing is like the Redwood 9. It's the 9 guys that started the whole club. And it's like Jax's dad's one of those. Clay, who's played by Ron Perlman, is in that. Opie's dad in the show. Like they're all the original 9. The other idea, instead of the Mayans, was to show like the beginning of the club. And I was like, that would be so much better than just what are the Mexican like crew doing? Like essentially is what they did. But yeah, I need to watch Mayans because it's still Kurt Sutter and it's so good. I know I'd love it. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But yeah, highly recommend.
Oh yeah,
Sons of
it's
Anarchy.
you've been.
When you
you've been
start
thinking
saying
of
Lindsay's
phrases-
favorite show,
Is that? Oh, is that her?
I
is
thought
that
it
her
was
actual
that.
favorite show?
I think it's number 2 to Friends. Like I forgot
Okay.
about Friends.
Okay.
And I was like, I didn't think Josh had seen Sons of Anarchy because we talked about it before. But yeah, she's so you get to see Charlie Hunnam's butt like 30 times in that show, and every time it happened, I would just Snapchat it to her because she's absolutely obsessed with Charlie Hunnam, and
Yeah.
honestly, me too. He's incredible. So yeah, that's my number 3.
Okay. So we are in the nitty gritty of it now.
Yeah, we are top 2.
All right. So my number 2 is very related to my number 1 because they were both created by the same team of people. They are both comedy series, and I think the only thing keeping me from ranking number 2 as my number 1 is because I got to number 1 first, just because it was out first, and at the time, and I still think to this day it's the funniest TV show of all time. Or no, my number 1 is the funniest TV show of all time. Number 2 is second funniest of all time. Number 2 for me is Parks and Recreation. So I'm sure you can guess from that. If you know Parks and Recreation, what my number 1 is going to be.
I was gonna say, yep. Parks and Rec's very good.
I'll go ahead and just fucking say it, because if you know Parks and Recreation, you know my number 1 is The Office. If you know anything about me, you know my number 1 is The Office. So yeah, that's my number 1. Those are my 2 favorite shows of all time. Yeah, it's
weird. Like I feel like that's a very like hot topic of comparison.
For sure.
Like, would you like the Office or Parks and Rec? It's weird because I mean, The Office made my list. Parks and Rec did not. But I think if I like made my like top 10 favorite characters from either The Office or Parks and Rec, I think 6 or 7 would actually be from Parks and Rec. But I like The Office more, which is weird.
Yeah.
Like, I think my biggest hiccup with Parks and Rec, and I'm definitely not trying, like, you named your number 2, and I'm like, here's everything I hate about this show, because I still think it's fucking hilarious. I didn't like Leslie as much as a lot of people did. Like, I love Amy Poehler, but Leslie Knope herself, I got kind of tired of, which I know a lot of people say the same thing for Michael Scott. Like, Tiff thinks Michael's super fucking annoying, and I think Leslie's kind of annoying.
So here's the thing about Michael, at least. Leslie, like... I guess I'd never view Leslie as annoying as Michael was in like the early seasons. I think Michael has like the best redemption arc out of the 2 shows. Like he starts out as like a scumbag, like he's like racist, sexist, everything else you could use to describe that.
Yeah.
And then by the end of it, like there was like somebody I talked to at work, I can't remember which one it was, watched it, and they were like, yeah, like I would have never expected to like cry when Michael leaves, and then it's like, okay, well here we are.
Yep, I'm crying. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I love like Parks and Rec's so good though. Like, I I think its cast is a lot. Like it goes along with the characters being better, but I think it has it has a better cast overall. I think. Like fucking Rob Lowe is a genius in that show.
Absolutely.
I always almost forget his real name. Adam Scott is like Leslie and Ben are like about as close to Jim and Pam as you can get to me. Like as much as I'm not a fan of Leslie, I love her and Ben because like Ben just adores everything she ever does.
I see what Tiffy's saying in the comments here.
Mm-hmm.
I can see what she's saying. Michael's a hard person to love. He's a hard sell for sure.
Yeah. Leslie is definitely a better person. Like she has better intentions. Like she's not like an oblivious like asshole to an extent.
One of the more interesting theories of The Office that I've seen come out in recent years is people hinting at the fact that Michael wasn't as oblivious as he wanted people to think he was. Because there's times where, you know how like there's the resting Jim face where Jim looks into the camera? So there's a lot of
almost
times...
like Michael has his own.
There's a lot of times where Michael has his own thing where he looks into the camera and they say if you really analyze that, there's a case to be made for, hey, he knows that he's being a shithead. He's doing this on purpose. He's not, like, oblivious to that. Like, this isn't lost on him.
Right.
So, I don't know. But anyway, as Christa said in the comments, the only cool link that we have to The Office is that Rainn Wilson is her uncle's nephew?
That's amazing. I remember you guys telling me that before.
Yeah, so it's a fun fact for sure. Like they're definitely not blood related, but they're by marriage related. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it counts.
I told
One
Christa,
Tree Hill,
if I ever
one.
get to meet that aunt and uncle, the only thing I'm ever going to talk to them about is like take us to meet Dwight, please.
Yep. Where he at though?
Where Dwight at though?
Yeah.
All right, so I think whatever this next activity is going to be our last thing for the night because we're coming up on just about 2 hours.
Yep. So yeah, I guess I get to do my 2 and 1 back to back then, huh?
Yeah, go ahead. Go for it.
Which makes sense. Like the Parks and Rec and The Office kind of going back to back. Like.
Yeah, as soon as I said Parks and
They
Rec,
almost
I was
are like one and the same.
Like once I said they're made by the same people and they're both comedies, like anybody who knows me knows that The Office is my favorite show. So.
Yeah. Both incredible.
Yeah.
So my number 2, how we had talked before about how a lot of people that love this show, it has always been, like it may have been a lot of people's number 1 and like wonder how far it fell or anything.
Yeah.
It actually never moved for me. Like, to me, it got close, like Sons of Anarchy almost passed this.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of, I think what pushes it over the edge to me is, so like I have to tell the story of like Tiff and I in general, like the summed up version of this for like that truly explains why Game of Thrones is my number 2, which I will just say. So Tiff, for people that don't know out there, works at the same company that Josh and I work. That's how Tiff and I met, was working together. And thankfully I used to be a smoker, which is crazy to say that if I never smoked cigarettes, like I wouldn't have met Tiffany. Like I literally it never would have happened. That's insane. So like I used to have to pass by where her desk was. They used to be like directly below us, where there's like those 2 rows of cubes where there's like a couple offices. All like the finance guys are down there now. That's where she used to be, like right on the corner right there.
Okay.
And she watched me go outside all the time. Humble brag, thought I was a little cute. I'll take that. And she overheard me talking with somebody about Game of Thrones when I came inside the one day. And that was like her in. She was like, "Oh fuck, he watches Game of Thrones. Like I have something to talk to him about." So she ended up emailing me, and I had no clue who Tiffany was. So I just get this random email from a Tiffany. I'm like, I don't know who this is, but they're talking about Game of Thrones. So like, hell yes, I am down. So we were like, work email buddies for like weeks at a time. And then, so fast forward to now, our 3rd anniversary is on Tuesday of next week. We're engaged now, and we're getting married next year. Like,
it's crazy.
Like I met the person I'm going to spend the rest of my life with, and Game of Thrones is like the thing that like made that happen. Yeah. And we're like, Game of Thrones is like a huge influence in our actual wedding because of that, because we both love it. Like, the girl from work whose mom has the baking company, or runs the bakery out of her house. She's making us a dragon egg cake to be like our cake to cut.
Oh man.
We're gonna have like a lot, instead of like numbering our tables at the wedding, like each table's gonna be a different house. Like it's as Game of Thrones themed wedding as you can get without making everybody fucking dress up in like old medieval clothes, essentially. So like Game of Thrones is such like a.
Over right now?
I have no fucking clue. Running over stuff. That's all it says. There's supposed to be like people here that like I fucked up by shooting and killing them. Is there other spots it looks like we can go? There's other circles on the map, it looks like, that we could.
Okay.
Maybe we just like tapped out that area or something.
I'm sorry I had to interrupt your story, but I legitimately have
Oh,
just
no,
been
you're fine.
driving
I
in
had no clue
circles
where we were
for
going
fucking-
either. Yeah. I work with y'all too, that's true. That is true. Christa, even though you work from home.
Yep.
But yeah, like, and on top of it, Game of Thrones, like I said, was always my number 2. But like, to me, honestly, it's 1A and 1B instead of 1 and 2 for me, even
Yeah.
after the debacle of the final season. It's just like, I love the whole fantasy element. Like, the characters are so unreal. Like, it's one of those shows that you almost have to watch that first season like 3 times
Yeah.
to like really get that like grasp on what the hell's going on.
Oh yeah. For sure.
And then once you like know who people are, like it really clicks, and that's where it really takes off for you. But Game of Thrones, like I mean, like, it's a fucking cultural phenomenon. Even after the last season, there's not a whole lot that needs to be said because everybody and their mother has seen it. But it's just that's my number 2.
Okay. I know what your number 1 is.
You say you do know?
Oh, I definitely know.
Yeah. So my number 1 is a weird. It's one of those shows that I think it's still technically the number 1 show on cable, but it's still number 1 with like its viewership basically cut in half, which is super impressive if you think about it. Like we've lost half our viewers and we're still number 1.
Yeah.
It like was really, really good at the beginning. It kind of leveled off, and then a lot of people fell off during seasons like 7 and 8. But season 9 that just aired, like as someone who's loved it the whole time, it was my favorite season of the whole show. Which I think is, if you can have your best work, fucking damn near a decade into it,
Yeah.
you're doing something right. So I'm super excited for season 10. It's about to start here in 2 weeks. But my number 1 is The Walking Dead. It's like I said, it's 1A, 1B. Did you like used to watch it and then fell off of it?
Me and Christa used to watch it and we fell off of it like most people did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like literally millions of people, they did. How far did you? There you go. Whatever you just did, that worked. So we have to run over the bugs.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, there's 2 of them
all
out
the
there.
way
So
up
hit
to Christa. How far into The Walking Dead did we get?
Do you remember like what was happening? Like, did you see Negan yet?
Yeah, we okay. So like the beginning of Negan is when we
Okay.
quit, I think.
Yeah, he shows up. The
We watched
finale of
Negan,
season
we
6.
watched Negan kill a certain somebody with a baseball bat.
Yeah, that's the season 7 premiere,
Okay.
which is like season 7 is the worst one.
Yeah.
100%. It's the worst season. Which, like, following the show as closely as I did, or I still do, and I've read most of the comics now, which the comics, like, overnight ended, which is also wild.
Yeah, he just, like, decided to end it one day. That was fucking crazy.
Yeah, it was like issue 192 had this, like, wild, crazy, unexpected thing happen in it, and then the next month, 193 is about to come out, and, like, literally the week of, Robert Kirkman was like, oh, hey, by the way, 193 is the last issue. And people were like, what the fuck? Like, it's done in 3 days? So I'm really curious. Like, I know what happens because I couldn't stop myself from looking it up. But I'm really curious how they get there and how like it actually 100% wraps up and all that. But yeah, it's just. Speaking of my dad, with his, I think I told you before, like my dad's got like a real good taste of like the older like sci-fi like zombie like the campy like corniness type of shows that like when done well I think they're really really good. But, like most of the time like I have a harder time getting into those. Like when he started telling me about The Walking Dead, I was like, oh, another zombie show. Like, I'm sure this is gonna be great. But then like honestly just seeing how like huge it was, I was like, okay, maybe I'll give it a chance. I immediately fell in love. It's such a good show. And it sucks because like I understand it's not when it's been on for so long.
Yeah.
People that watched it kind of fell off, and it's like, well, I don't blame you for not going back, but it's one of those like, man, I just wish the people that quit could like find a way to get back into it, because it really is. They've got a different showrunner now. Like it's an entirely different group of people running the show than when it got really bad, and like you can tell it really does feel like a different show, and it's really, really good.
I am just like fucking driving around aimlessly. I feel like we were like just about to get it there.
I know. We just have to find one more of those bugs and run them over. So if you take a left here, there's other circles.
Like over here.
Yeah, I don't think we've been over here. I remember there being quests like this in Borderlands 2, where it's like, you just gotta do a bunch of these.
This kind of shit really fucking annoys me. Like, what if we somehow just killed all the bugs?
I know, it's like, well, when do they respawn? Yeah. I mean, it needed to. It's the same shit every season. Sorry, Alex. Yeah, like, it definitely had its loop that it got caught up in. But I think what got me was I thought even when it was kind of slow and weird, like, the characters, for the most part, stayed true to who they are. Like, a lot of the decisions they made were believable, like the situations. If they kept giving them, like, boring situations and the same situations over and over again, like, they did a good job of at least acting right for people in those situations.
Okay, here's some bugs.
There we go.
And now to just fucking run one over. There we go.
Thank Christ.
Fucking
Holy
hell.
fuck. Yeah. Daryl's been my favorite character from that show. Yeah, and Daryl's great, and he's like, now that Rick's not in it anymore, he's kind of like the top dog. But yeah, like seasons 7 and 8 when it got bad, Daryl literally did nothing. They had nothing for him to do. I fucking hated Carl. Christa. I was so fucking happy when that dumb little kid died. And it's honestly one of the, like, reading the comics, Carl's not that bad in the comics because he's actually still an 8-year-old kid.
Yeah.
But as Chandler Riggs grew up, and it's one of those, hey, you got this job when you were 7 and no one could tell that you were just a fucking horrible actor. Like, there's no one to know yet if you have it or not. And then he's like, oh, Carl's actually a teenager now. And then Carl was just like, he just sucked.
Oh, yeah?
Christa, you can't tell me Carl was good. Oh, I will die.
Oh, no.
Tiff and I both. Oh.
Oh, no. Oh,
Literally
no.
my least favorite on the entire show.
Oh.
Does Christa love Carl?
Oh,
Shane
man.
was one of my favorites.
Oh. But what he did with Lori was super shitty.
See, and that's the thing. I was on the side of, like, if I was Shane, like, you thought your best friend was dead. You tried to save your best friend.
Yeah.
And, like, to help your best friend, you're like, I'm gonna take care of your wife and kids. And then you're like, oh, fuck.
Take care of your wife and kids by fucking your wife after you just died.
Because he loved her. he fell in love with her.
He fell into her, that much is for sure.
Yeah. 100% Judith, though. Coral's, or Shane's, is the dad. 100%.
Alright. Do we have to... Will it save our progress if we quit here, or do we need to finish this mission?
I think it will.
Okay. Alright, well...
Yeah, because it's just get this thing...
What a way...
Yeah, we're good.
What a stream tonight. You guys are fucking all-stars. Thank you
Holy
so much
shit.
to everybody in the comments. Thank you to everybody that watched
Shane was
tonight.
garbage. I gotta get the fuck out of here. Thank God we're ending this. Chris is about to have me all heated up.
Oh, shit. Alright, well...
Shane the goat.
Shane the goat. Oh, man.
How
guys,
many comments we at?
let me see. I gotta wait until somebody leaves another one.
I'll type in just to get the count.
Type something, yeah. Shane for life. That's 246 comments, by the way. So you guys,
That's unbelievable.
You guys fucking killed it tonight. I love each and every one of you. If you're watching this even on YouTube afterwards, I love you too. Don't worry. Your dad said, "Can't believe The Walking Dead wasn't on my list."
I thought for sure The Walking Dead and Battlestar Galactica would have been on my dad's list. Neither one of them made the cut.
Hey,
It's hard though, Dad. Like, just name every show ever and list them. Like I said, I didn't even think about Breaking Bad. That's probably honestly in my top.
Dad, you really screwed up, Mike. Holy shit! Tiffy with the fucking KO punch. Wow. All right. Well, anyway.
Killed Jade.
All right.
Oh my.
We gotta shut this shit down before we just all start fighting each other. We're at 250 comments now.
It started so well.
Oh man, thank you to everybody for watching another episode of Border Boys. We'll be back next Friday, I believe, with more Border Boys.
I think so, yeah.
And we'll be doing top 10 favorite candies of all time, since it's going to be the start of October and it'll be spooky season.
Hell yeah.
We need to do a horror movies one. Even if you can't come up with 10, I gotta at least do my 10 somehow.
Yeah. I talked to Tiff about this. If there's a way for you to do, like, horror's a list that I don't think I could really come up with. Yeah. I could see if there's a list that you might not be able to come up with, and like we could just do 2 separate lists.
Yes.
During that one, if you wanted, or I could just sit here and
listen
listen
to what
you're
Christa said do sports movies at some point, which I could definitely do that one.
That'd be really good.
I could probably do.
I know my number one on that one.
What's your number? Well, no, don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
My number one is Blah.
Alright, so that's going to do it for tonight. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Thanks to Alex as always for being here. Thanks to all of our friends and family in the chat.
Probably the funnest stream because of the chat. Like, the conversations with the shows, this was amazing.
Yeah,
really
the chat makes it like 100%. And I got some more followers tonight too. I got Simi and I got your dad following me, so I got some more followers on Twitch now.
Hell yeah.
Alright, so that's going to do it for this week's edition of Border Boys. Your boys got to go to bed because I got to go do some BMV shit in the morning. Got to get the plates for the car. Got to get the tags for the old one. So that's what I'm going to be doing in the morning. But thank you all so much.
Fun shit.
Mwah, giant mwah, chef's kiss.
Yes.
Giant kiss and hug to everybody. Mwah to everybody. We love you.
Yes.
You stay classy, San Diego, and you stay classy, fans of Adjective Gaming. We'll see you guys next time.